that in mind in the spirit of graffiti art. And this is where I want to get it to the energy now, and then I'll pass the mic. They say negative energy or positive energy, and negative energy is associated as bad, and that's not true. And positive energy is associated as good. That's not true. Negative needs positive, and positive needs negative. There's just, one's the push and one's the pull. One's the yin, one's the yang. One's the up, one's the down. One's the in, one's the out. Up isn't good and down isn't evil. Negative isn't evil and positive isn't good. Both can be used for good or evil, just like color, you know? So when people say, oh, he's just full of negative energy, oh, that's a negative environment, check yourself or check the person saying that. Because negative energy, we would not have a body. Our body, if all we was positive electrons and positive energy, we wouldn't even exist if we didn't have the negative charge in the battery. Our car wouldn't run without a negative charge in the battery. So there's no such, negative and positive are not good and evil. And really, beyond good and evil, it's got to get to right or wrong. The right use of negative energy or the wrong use of negative energy. The right use of positive energy or the wrong use of positive energy. Because I will tell you, when you go to the love and light hippy dippy world of North Cali, and you hang around all these quote unquote positive people, it has an amazing effect of wrong. There's something wrong there. And not with everybody. I'm never singling everybody out or grouping everybody together. But there's a lot wrong with that new age light, love, and light energy. There's something wrong with it that lacks compassion, that lacks actual true understanding and connection to reality, because they're not understanding the words and what these words actually mean. And this is why I always suggest, before you get into modern forms of energy work, you go back to the masters. You go back to Lao Tzu and study the Tao Te Ching. You study, bring it up to modern day masters. Bruce Lee's the Tao Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. He talks all about energy and the proper use of positive, negative energy, the push and the pull. And balance is the same thing. In the United States of America, we look at the scales of balance and that they're always, like somehow balance is 50-50. No, balance is 70-30. In Tai Chi, you're very balanced when you have 70% of your weight on your front leg and 30% on your back. It's called full and empty. Or there's another one where you're standing on one leg and your tippy toe is on the ground. You have 99% of your energy in your left leg and 1% of your energy in your right toe, but you're still in balance. You're still in balance. So we've got to get away from this, the Americanized way of the balance, the scales of justice, and that's balance. That's colonized thinking that balance is, somehow the scales of justice are in balance and they must be balanced, that somehow good and evil must be balanced. How can there be balance with evil when evil is an illusion? How can we have balance of good and evil when evil is an illusion? The devil doesn't balance God. The devil is an illusion. Yeah, this is the Marvel Universe works on this, and I do love the Marvel Universe. I ain't gonna front. They're my favorite movies. A lot of times they rely on this all the time. That you got to have Captain America and the Red Skull, and you got to have Thor, and you got to have Loki, and this goes way back to Egypt with Osiris and Set. We see that. But this is why I love the Tao and Zen, is because balance is not just a 50-50 thing, and the world is not kept in balance by good and evil always being in balance of 50-50. No, evil is an illusion. In God we trust. God's balance can be 70-30, 20-80. So when we talk about balance and the injustices in society, we should be spending 80% of our time on the youth and the conditions of the inner city life and the poverty and the violence in inner city. We should be spending 80% of our resources on that and 20% on everybody else to restore balance. Do you want balance restored? We should be talking about the condition of our inner cities. How is this virus This so-called virus that doesn't even kill 1% of the population who gets infected. It's like 0.0001. Like, what is it now? It's below 300,000 people out of 7 billion have actually died. How many kids in the inner city, when you look at statistics speaking, in South Central alone, have been murdered in the last 50 years? Why isn't the world in upheaval and in an uproar about that right now, this very moment? Why doesn't all of society freeze at this moment until that is fixed? Why not? Because the colonizer loves to be empowered. And the most beautiful thing about hip hop is it completely disrupts and destroys in the illusion of the colonizer's power, the illusion of the colonizer's intellect. And when I'm saying colonizer, I'm talking about the white Euro colonizer, which we as Europeans even suffer from. Poor whites, go back and do the history, being bamboozled just as much as the next guy. The world needs to stop and look at itself. It's headed for self-destruction. But in the midst of chaos, in the midst of what's perceived as chaos and violence and destruction, once again, God, the great and Holy Spirit, has the antidote, has the right medicine, has the cure, has the light in the darkness, the so-called darkness. Hip-hop, we are part of this lineage. And we are here to preserve this lineage for the future of history, for the future of our people. That's why I'm so inspired to do this work. My eye has been opened, my crown overflowing. My chakras are in alignment. All of it. It's like my mind is like my mind is a graffiti writer and my tongue is a Krylon can. And my word is the spray paint and my environment is the wall. So when I say hip-hopia, when we speak hip-hopia, we're like literally drawing it on our outer environment with the spray, with the spit that's coming out of our mouth. And it's like the hand of God is on the top of our crown chakra, like the can of a spray paint can going, pss, 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 repainting our entire environment, reinterpreting our environment.